Squirrels. All right, we're getting ready to watch squirrels do crazy squirrel shit. Well, no, crazy not squirrel shit, because this is very irregular for squirrels, to be honest.
This is a bird feeder, and everything to my left is my attempt at making it squirrel-proof. If they want the bird seed, they will first need to pass through what is basically an 8-part Ninja Warrior obstacle course for squirrels. This course is extremely challenging. It is not for the timid of heart.
This is amazing.
I will admit that in hindsight, that I completely underestimated my adversary.
Yeah, they're squirrels.
Go through all this
Squirrels are cray-cray. They are. They're fucking insane, and that's why I love them. It's okay. It's okay, I'll forgive him for the squirrels.
We need to go back 8 weeks ago when I found myself stuck at home and very bored. So I installed a bird feeder and decided to become a bird watcher. And it was just so lovely.
I want to put bird feeders around my house.
Until they showed up.
And they showed up.
My bird feeder had a wire cage around it, big enough for the birds to slip inside, but small enough to prevent the squirrels from getting the food.
He's trying so hard.
Really well. Until right here. For me, this was like the moment in Jurassic Park when they realized the velociraptors can open door handles. And once the door was open, it was
Wait! Look at him shouting! Oh my god, that's so good. I like that he can't stuff his paws in, so he's just like, yup. Is he gonna be able to good for him being able to get back out. That's a lot of ab strength, I'm pretty sure. I don't know if in squirrels it's the same, but like, wow, damn, look at him go. Oh my god.
This wasn't their first rodeo. They basically cleared this whole tube of birdseed by the end of the day. Mind you, this bird feeder was advertised as being squirrel-proof, so I bought another squirrel-proof bird.
Bro, man has the most industrious squirrels. Like, he has genius squirrels in his yard. Because I don't know, do normal squirrels, can they open things like that? I don't know. It did look kind of like they just opened it. Like it just was hinge and it just opened. I don't know. They learned from him. They've been watching, learning. Well, you've been making videos. The squirrels have been training. Have been learning. They absorbed his NASA knowledge. Also, I've already forgot this man's a NASA man. So that's wild. He quit NASA to make wild ass videos. I love that for him. I love that so much. I love that so fucking much.
Feeder to replace it. It's got this outer cage suspended by some springs, and so if a bird comes and lands here, it doesn't weigh that much and it has access to the seeds. However, if a squirrel comes, it'll grab onto this cage. Its weight will force the springs down, thereby preventing access to the seeds.
I'm really curious how the squirrel's gonna get through this.
I have no idea how the squirrels could possibly outsmart this.
I can't wait, but I'm curious.
And this one worked exactly as intended. You can see the birds love it, but when the squirrel comes along, the cage shifts down and now all the seed ports are covered up. Every time they tried, it was the same results.
I can't wait to see how the squirrels
win. This guy manages to unclip the springs that hold the cage up, which means the cage stays in the lowered position where it blocks all the seed openings.
He unclipped the
problem with that is now they can get to the lid. But this bird feeder lid doesn't hinge open to give direct access. So he goes with a different tactic.
Oh!
Where he now has access to all the birdseed.
Dude, I really feel like this man's squirrels are actually way smarter than most squirrels. I do feel like he has a squirrel, like a significant squirrel problem. I think he should probably eradicate his squirrels or something. I feel like this is how the squirrel fucking rebellion starts. It's with this man's squirrels, specifically. I'm kind of worried, not gonna lie. If he didn't get rid of these squirrels after this, I'm worried. Rick did say, don't talk to the squirrels. Yeah, dude, don't talk to them. We had to make shock pads to keep squirrels and raccoons out of our feeder. Damn, okay, maybe my squirrels are dumb? Are my squirrels fucking dumb? Is that it? Do I have to train my squirrels to be better? Like, are my squirrels below average squirrels?
He wants. And so I decided I would try one more bird feeder design. Okay. Wow. It almost feels intentional at this point. This one's supposed to work well because it's got this baffle, which is supposed to keep the squirrels from just coming straight down and getting to the seeds. And more importantly, there's no way.
I feel like they would slip on this wire. I feel like I would absolutely coat this wire in, what's it called? Something slippery. I'd butter the wire and then just watch the squirrels like bong off the top. They'd be like, ding dong. Ding dong, bitch. Vaseline? Yeah. Yeah, maybe not butter, because they might like that, and then they chew through the wire for the butter. I don't know. Do squirrels like butter?
for them to rip this off.
Oh.
We'll see. This one debuted to similar results. As he hangs by a few toes, this is when I really started gaining appreciation for what they were capable of. It definitely seemed like this bird feeder was their favorite. Okay. Yeah, they're flexing on me for sure. And at this point, a plan was forming in my head, but just to be thorough, I moved the post away from the fence, and I can't say I was surprised when they just climbed it. Nor was I surprised to see they could shimmy up and down a small metal pole, or even a large one for that matter.
I like how he's testing all, like he's like, how many poles? What kind of poles can you climb?
And whether they could climb a certain pole material was a moot point anyways because
holy
of this.
Shit!
Look at this! These
that
guys are basically freaking rodent-sized.
Oh my god, when they did the reverse, I thought that squirrel actually fucking jumped, swung, and then like let himself land back, and I was like, okay, that's flexing, dude. Like that was the instant I was like, okay, wait, the squirrels actually are playing Ninja Warrior with you. They're already doing Ninja Warrior right now. They don't even need your help.
Files. And on some level, this is what it felt like when someone stole a package from my porch that didn't belong to them, and I harnessed that indignation, spending a year designing the Glitter Bomb bait package.
Hello.
Complete with special fragrances. Oh. If I could design a package to deter...
See, I did see this one. I can't believe they sent me this one, but they fucking didn't send me that one.
Thieves, could I design
Jesus
a bird feeder
Christ.
to deter squirrels? And so after a
that
couple
was such a
weeks of
fluffy boy.
brainstorming, designing, and building with my buddy John, we put it all together in this 20-second build montage.
20 seconds? Oh my god. This is weird montage music. Why is this like accordion-ass montage music? Like, okay, this montage music feels like it's an accordion and it's like half vampires? I don't know. I feel like, I don't know if it's vampires or it's something of that sort. Help me out. What is this fucking montage music? Guys, what is this music? It's like a vibe.
Here are the basic elements.
Shit, it's
For starters,
done.
here's where I've placed their favorite bird feeder, at the end of the course.
At the end of the warped wall.
Right below that, there's a trap door. And if they step here, it releases a butt ton of walnuts and unfurls some celebratory banners. Walnuts?
What, the banners? Oh, the banners! My soul! My soul! Fuck yeah! Polka music? Oh, it is kind of polka-y. All right, the banner's amazing.
I'm glad you asked. I'm using walnuts because over the course of a week, I put out a buffet of 7 different nuts and
I love how thorough this man is. He's so fucking thorough.
seeds. And all 4 times I repeated the experiment, walnuts were always the one they ate first. What's great about placing this here is it levels the playing.
I wonder, okay, walnuts were the one eaten first, but also, like, what if you're making your squirrels now extra chunky? What if you're actually, what's it called? What if you're actually making it harder for them to Ninja Warrior? You're making your squirrels fat and lazy. And you're making your squirrels fat and diabetic so they can't Ninja Warrior as well. I don't know. What if this is part of the experiment and you're destroying them?
Field, as the birds can fly up and get as much food as they want anytime they need it. The squirrels, however, will have to work for it because the only way to make it to this platform is if they work their way through my 8-part Ninja Warrior.
Why can't they? What happens if the squirrel, can't they just, okay, why can't a squirrel go up the pole and then like, I don't know, how wide was that platform? I feel like a squirrel could hold onto the pole and then use their little hands to grab the platform and do a little flip. Not quite a flip, but like, you know what I mean? Like, what's stopping them from climbing up the pole and then like holding their hands on there? And okay, he explains it. Perfect. Okay. I'm sorry for being terrible. You might be getting ahead of yourself. Oh my God, that's amazing. I'm already thinking the same things as this man. They can't stick to the ceiling. I think he measured it. Okay.
This is the only platform on the course that has a pole that isn't covered in slippery stuff, which means this is where they have to climb up to enter the course. If they try and get up any other way, they can't keep a good grip and they just slide back down. So the first challenge
I'm
is
curious
the
what the
bridge of
slippery
instability.
stuff is, though.
Now this may look easy, but the trick is it attaches at a single point on.
Bro, this man's gonna explain Ninja Warrior fucking obstacles to me. Ugh, mansplaining. Don't you mansplain at me. Vaseline. Yeah, fair. I like how he's being very scientific, but then he says slippery stuff. He's like, yeah, blah, 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 science, slippery stuff. Like, you're gonna explain everything to me but slippery stuff? What are you doing? What are you doing, sir?
Each end. And from a physics standpoint, that makes it no different than trying to crawl across a tightrope. It's the same deceptive principle with that one carnival game that's so impossible. I broke it down in another video where I used physics to show which carnival games were basically scams and the science on how to beat them. Next up, the maze of 1,000 corridors. This one's a bit more cerebral, but if they make it through that, it will
See, that's where my stupid squirrels would get stuck. They'd be like, whoa, I don't know how to get out of here. Because Vaseline is like calling soda Coke. Oh, shit. Okay. I didn't actually know that. I hate that. I hate things where it's like you're saying the brand name, but it's so built into society at this point that it's like, we're watching squirrels do Ninja Warrior.
Bring them to the pitchfork tumblers, which are inspired by the show Wipeout. But unlike Wipeout, I should point out that all these contraptions are squirrel friendly, and even with a little back force, they will break away and stop spinning. Now, if they can make it past the pitchfork
I like that he made sure it wasn't gonna hurt the squirrels, which I feel like it would be so hard to hurt squirrels. Like, have you seen those fuckers? They're like little skin bags. They can't be hurt. I mean, thank you for like making sure the internet doesn't get mad, but I'm pretty confident. Okay, tinfoil hat with me. What if instead of doing this fucking obstacle course, the squirrels just try and break into your house now? What if the squirrels just fucking try and break into your house? Because one time, okay, we've had trash squirrels everywhere I've lived, actually. Okay, not my parents, because they're better people than me. Everywhere I've lived alone, we've had trash squirrels because, sometimes the trash gets left out for too long. Like at the condo, it was our fault. Here, it's the neighbor's fault. We actually are pretty good about trash. But either way, at the condo, we left out trash once and the squirrels got into it and it had fucking bone-in ribs in it. And one of the squirrels ate the ribs and then left the bones on the railing as a fucking message. And we were like, oh no, they've got a taste of meat. And then that squirrel did proceed to like, literally, he would show up and like puff his chest out and be like, where's my fucking meat? And we were like, oh God. And then one day when we didn't give him his trash, because we were like, we have to be better people. We have to not leave trash out so the squirrels can get it. No more trash for the trash squirrels. He literally jumped because I was sitting in the slider because my desk used to be near the sliding glass door. But that day I had just the screen. No, I had the slider shut, but there is a screen that was shut as well. He literally leapt his little squirrel body like a little flying squirrel and clung to the screen and just started fucking rattle banging it so much because he was a trash squirrel. So he was hefty. He was hefty because he was fed on meat. And he was just fucking shaking the screen. And as a human, I was still mildly nervous because I was like, this squirrel is threatening me. And I was like, I can't call the police because it's a squirrel. But like, I don't know. I don't know if I should leave the house. Meat squirrel, yeah. Oh, he was built different. And we built him by accident by giving him meat. All right, back to the less psychotic squirrels.
Tumblers of treachery, they come to one of my personal favorites, the home wrecker. I put her in to tempt the squirrel to lose focus on the real prize at the end of the course. Because this pad has a pressure sensor underneath it, and it connects to a microcontroller that has a relay that connects to a solenoid, that connects to a pneumatic piston, that connects back to this platform with the pressure sensor. And so if they stand here for more than 3 seconds, they've got to
I 100% thought that was catapult, like up instead of down. I thought he was gonna catapult that squirrel. Oh my God. It's so close and it makes so much sense that it would be a trap door. And I think he said trap door, but my brain was like, hey, yo, that's going up. That's going up. Squirrel pull. Yeah. Panties. I wanted to see the squirrel. I really thought it was gonna. It's the same. Yeah. Oh, it's the same mechanism. My brain just said fly, squirrel, fly. And he was like, no. Oh, man. It was so funny just because how dead set my brain was on that squirrel going flying.
Start the course all over again. Next up is the sneaky bridge of deception. I've suspended a juicy walnut right in the middle, but there's no way this bridge will support their weight, so it'll be interesting to see how they approach it. The sixth challenge is called the tourist trap. It's actually a bit of a reward for making it this far. If the squirrel sticks their head through this board my wife painted, it's just a photo op they can hang on the wall of their tiny squirrel nest. I'll place a walnut.
Oh my god, this man. Wait, so the springies are like, literally they have to just jump? I hope they just jump. I don't know. Oh god, this is so funny. I hope he gets a picture. I hope he gets a picture in this one. That's so good.
Here is an incentive for them not to miss this unique opportunity. The penultimate challenge, steps of great elevation.
Dude! Oh, the quad steps of great elevation. I love the name. I love it's of great elevation. Quad steps are sick. Quad steps are good shit. Those are real.
This is taken straight from Ninja Warrior, and this is super tricky because these pads are all totally smooth and placed at a 45-degree incline. And now for the last challenge. At this point, they are a mere few feet away from their ultimate goal, but if they're not careful, they'll have to deal with the orbital assist platform, aka the final countdown, aka it's not a catapult.
Oh, there is a catapult! Let's fucking go!
It's a squirrelapult.
Wait! Oh my god! It is a squirrelapult! Okay. I was gonna say how he's gonna get away with that without people getting upset. Net. Just a net. What's it called? I want to say a Fall Guy net, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean, not a Fall Guy net.
Which means they now have to go back and start all the way over from the beginning.
I'm so curious how fast.
They just need to stand on this pad for less than 3 seconds. But once again, I've placed a diversion here. This one projects an optical illusion of anything you place in the bottom of this dish. It's actually super trippy and looks even more impressive in real life because the projected image is 3D.
Oh my god! Oh my god, that's crazy. Hold on, I'm going down here. That's crazy. Dude, I'd fall for that nut. I'd fall for that nut. That's insane. Safety net. Yeah. What did I say? Did I say not safety net?
They're like $9 on Amazon, and I put a link that explains the juicy physics of how they work in the video description. Now,
I just like his fingers. Like, I know he's faking it, but his fingers just like, nah, give me that nut. Give me that nut. Give me that nut.
With regards to squirrel safety, I know I seem to have this reputation of...
Whoa! He made a giant Nerf gun? I mean, water super soaker. A super soaker. Oh my god. Also, like, he literally already explained all of it's safe for squirrels, bro. He's not trying to kill squirrels. He's trying to train them. Oh, okay. Well, it's fine. Children, they're fine. The children are fine, and he protects the squirrels way more. It's fine.
High-speed projectiles, and so this one might worry a few animal lovers out there, including my wife. We have 5 pets and 1 child, and the child was the only one I had a say in. So rest assured, I can adjust the pressure on the piston, and we'll be staying way below any launch force that could hurt any of our adorable backyard contestants. And so finally, after making it through all...
He just sees this one super skinny squirrel making its way, and he just starts sweating. He's just like, oh no. Unless he like means he can adjust it on the fly. But it'd be so funny to just see a really skinny squirrel and this man just starts sweating buckets as he's like, oh.
That, we're back here at the world's most satisfying bird feeder. And as far as I'm concerned, if they make it here, they've earned the right to gorge next to the birds for as long as they want. And so after nearly a month of prep work, the course was
I thought he was gonna say nearly a month of just no squirrel taking any interest. And I was like, what the fuck?
Officially open for business. They could smell the walnuts at the final station, and you could see the gears turning because right above that was their favorite bird feeder. And so before long,
he was gonna use the
we
net.
had our first contender.
Nut. It's me! Come get me! Come get me, ye squirrels! Don't you want me? Aren't I
That
tempting?
didn't exactly go as planned, so Rick decides to regroup. Speaking of which, that's Rick. There are a total of 4 competitors that will be attempting the course. First up is Rick, and he weighs 500.
Wait, he's weight? What? Oh my god, Rick! It's Pickle Rick! It's Squirrel Rick! It's Squirrel Rick, baby. You ready?
Grams. I know this because he's actually standing on a custom-made scale. Rick is very clever, as you'll see here in a minute, but he also gets spooked easily. Next up is Marty. He's basically
so close to Morty, but not quite. Wow.
indistinguishable from Rick. Rick and Marty are inseparable and pretty much spend all their time together as a pair. Our third contender is
Whoa, Frank. He's a weird looking squirrel. I've never seen such a dark squirrel. Also, I love that this man, like, knows his squirrels. We only had one squirrel we could tell apart, and that was, at my parents'. And that was Cow, because he was this humongous fat squirrel. Actually, no, we had, albino, too. Because we had one squirrel that looked like he got dipped in stuff. So, like, he was half albino. And he also, at one point, lost some of his tail. He lived a life of problems. And then we had Cow, who was really fat, and he would tilt the bird feeder at like 45 degrees because he was so fat. This is a squirrel drafting.
Frank, also coming in around 500 grams. He's very gutsy. He's also kind of dumb. Finally, we've got my personal favorite, Fat Gus. He's just really charming and will strike a pose if he sees a camera. He also really likes to eat, and he tips the scales at an impressive 800 grams.
Oh gosh.
The squirrels are kind of particular before making a selection and then gracefully leaping away. Fat Gus just goes for it. Hands free. Just
Oh, Fat Gus is my spirit animal. Fat Gus is my spirit animal. Oh, beautiful.
makes himself real comfortable. Here he is laying out with a light snack from the bird feeder. I mean, you can't fault the guy for just clearly appreciating a good meal.
Look
so
at
now
it.
that you know
So
our four
chomp.
contenders, let's get back to Rick. So he hops back, and he's actually doing better than his first attempt.
Oh, he's doing.
Just barely.
Can you monkey
This
bars?
is the best because he's like, okay, I got this. Never mind. Well, maybe I... No, I definitely don't. And this was the exact moment I realized I just might be outmatched here.
Oh, yeah. That's kind of what I figured. I was like,
Marty was watching Rick, and after a quick dip of his toes in the water, adopts his strategy right out of the gate. Oof, so close. But an excellent recovery. And Fat Gus, perhaps predictably, comes up a little short. Which brings us to the Maze of 1,000 Corridors, which, to be honest, they mastered this one pretty quickly.
I do like that that one did check every spot first. That one did check every spot first. So I feel like his maze did a decent job, to be honest.
Here's a solid run from Fat Gus. And now for the pitchfork tumblers of treachery. Marty was like, yeah, that's a hard pass. Fat Gus is just like, abort!
The abort! Oh my god, goodbye! I like that they're learning from one another. Yeah! Oh my god. Dude, this whole squirrel clan is such a problem. Can we do a squirrel squid game? Bro, I feel like I want to put out a bird feeder that I got, and we'll see how many squirrels are around. I don't know how many squirrels are around my house. Because, like, maybe we can... Ours wouldn't be as scientific as this man's, probably. But, like, I don't know. Maybe we'll make some squirrel shit.
Frank is just like, nope. Then he's like, wait a second. Still nope. Then Marty flies in real
I like that they, like, really don't like these things. I really like that they don't like these things.
hot over the top. He did make it through, but that's partial credit as far as I'm concerned. And then here's Fat Gus with my favorite attempt by far.
Why does our idea of health and well-being
Wait,
so
that's
often
so
stop?
good. Oh my god, Fat Gus just like sitting there. I like how he was sitting there and slowly got moved over. He was like slowly getting moved over and he's like, I don't know about this. Hold on. Ooh.
But Frank shows no
I don't know if we have a lot of squirrels in my backyard, but my parents had a lot. My dad was squirrel Ubering them to a new location because he was sick of all of them. He sets humane traps and he just drives them away, which I think is the funniest fucking thing ever. Fat Gus is like, yeah, you gonna try and move me? Good luck. Yeah, right? Fat Gus was just sitting there like, I don't like being nudged. Thanks.
fear, which helps him pull off this near flawless run.
Damn.
And finally, Smart Rick surgically weaves his way through.
Smart Rick. Okay, he's no longer just Rick, he's Smart Rick now. Upgrade for Rick.
Essentially untouched. And I should mention, the squirrels were most active from 6 to 10 a.m. So every morning I've been getting up before the sunrise to start filming from in my house like one of those camouflage nature photographers. Only like a suburbanized version.
The fucking blinds. I love that. Oh my god. I like that a lot. He looks like he's trying to take a picture of the sexy squirrel. Oh my lord.
I've also had a handful of streaming cameras rolling 24/7, which has allowed me to make such discoveries as we have the world's worst guard dog. Thanks for the help, pal. Now back to the homewrecker. You can see Rick is instinctively suspicious of this gold digger and only for a brief moment puts his full weight on the platform. I told you he was smart. His buddy Marty, on the other hand...
Oh no, Marty! He fell for it. That's so funny, because, like, she has a nut, right? Does she... How dare you do this to me? She has a nut, right? It's not just that she's... What's it called? She's, like, she has something other than just a squirrel, right? I feel like she has to have something. I want hands. You want hands for your throw?
Mistress. And because I know my wife is going to ask me, no, this will not hurt the squirrel for 2 reasons. Number 1, they are amazing like cats and always land on their feet. And 2, they themselves were jumping from this height all the time, and in some cases, much higher. In fact, squirrels are one of the few mammals that can survive a fall from any height because they make their terminal velocity so low. You can see it right here. They make their body as flat as possible, then put their tail back to increase drag. They basically become their...
She doesn't. I think she's literally just a doll. That's wild. That's wild. I love that he so I don't know. I don't know if Marty's actually dumb or he's kind of smart because he's like checking her out. Like not like her out, but like just checking out the whole situation. You know what I mean? I feel like he might be the smart one because he's checking out the entirety of everything to get like the most data. Where Rick didn't even want data on her. I don't know, I'm just saying. Unless he actually registered that the red is bad. Can squirrels see red? Because, like, the platforms that are bad do have the, like, safety violation tape on them.
Own parachute. And then right before they land, they pull in and fully extend their arms and legs to act as shock-absorbing landing gear. This is so cool. Now back to the course where even smart Rick eventually lets his guard down. Which is exactly...
See, she has a nut. She has nut. She has nut.
But just like all the other obstacles so far, after a day or 2, they'd mastered it. In this case, even disregarding her offering of a fresh walnut. Now on to the Slinky Bridge of Deception, and this was the sleeper obstacle in my book. That is not a large gap, which they can easily jump, but having the Slinky there just threw them off somehow. You can see how much Frank is struggling here, and he's the brave one.
Oh, there we
Rick
go.
only jumps when Marty shows up for emotional support. But like all the obstacles so far, after a day or 2, they'd mastered it.
I love that this is over days, and he's just like, oh yes, after a day or 2, they've got it. Like, these poor squirrels have been working for goddamn days. I was just curious, because, like, the pads that are bad do have these stripies. So, like, I guess even if they're colorblind, technically that doesn't mean they just don't see anything. Like, they could register that, stripey bad. Like, if they're smart enough, they could be like, stripey bad. Which would be funny. Which would be super cool. Be, like, crazy if they learn stripey bad.
Now on to our third to last obstacle, the tourist trap. And this one was just a freaking delight. A little peanut butter really did the trick here.
Oh my god. That's so cute! So cute.
Now here comes Fat Gus, and I mean, how Fat Gus is this? He sees the camera and he's like, paint me like one of your French squirrels. Yeah? No? No takers? Alright. Here's another classic Gus, where he looks at the camera.
Why is Gus like, I guess, okay, this is just the camera being blurred. I thought Gus was being blurred out for his own protection or something for a second there, and I was like, why are we hiding a squirrel's identity? Oh, but it's all pixely. It's all pixely, not just the squirrel. It just, because it's a white background, so it looks like it's not pixely. That would be so funny. Squirrel Protective Services.
Wait a second. Play that back. And freeze. Zoom, enhance.
Why
Oh,
does our idea of
I think
health
we're
and
finding
well-being
out.
so often
I think we're finding out that Gus is pregnant. Or a woman? Maybe that's the woman part. I don't know. Wait, yes, all animals have nipples.
Well, turns out Fat Gus is not a dude. And he's pregnant. Which
Wait, but all... He doesn't recognize the season? But, like, all animals have nipples. It's just, I think, maybe not squirrels, I guess. I don't know. All I know is that my vet friends get peeved off when people are like, what's this on their male dog? And they're like, thinking it's a tumor and it's a fucking nipple.
And I was suddenly feeling real uncomfortable about all those weight comments. So after a bit of a pivot to smooth things over,
Fantastic, Gus! Oh, healthy appetite. That's so cute. That's so cute.
we soldiered on to the quad steps of great elevation.
Okay, I
Frank
can't
comes in
wait.
rather confident, almost to his demise,
Oh.
but he pulls off the smooth recovery.
Oh, nice. Shit, look at them.
So after not much time at all,
I really wanted him to go straight, because, like, for humans, you're not allowed to grab the top of the steps or put your feet on the top of the steps. So I really want to see a squirrel just boop, 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 because you have to as a human. You're not allowed to, like, you can stop if you can stay on the slanted surface, but you're not allowed to actually touch the top. So, like, I'm curious. I want to see a squirrel do it proper, human style.
they were looking pretty good here. In fact,
Oh,
one morning I
yep.
noticed Marty totally skipped the last step altogether,
Damn.
which I took as a challenge, and so I removed the middle step to see what they would do. And who else but Fantastic Gus? Let's slow that down a bit.
Damn.
They're such amazing jumpers, so I suppose the quick mastery here wasn't a surprise. I mean, this right here is probably a 10-foot jump. And here's some
Damn.
classic brave but dumb Frank. He'd already entered the course normally and made it to the home wrecker at least a dozen times by this point. And yet for some reason, he decides this 12-foot jump is his best course of action.
Whoa, what did he hit? He hit a piece off the course. Did you see that? He hit one of the squares.
And Smart Rick was the first one to enter the course, so in the end, after about a week of effort, it was fitting he was the one to make
He's like, oh, get me out of here. Do you look at how scared that squirrel was of those fucking things? They can Mario jump, right? Bro, I guess so. Bro, do you see this, man? How scared this that is running. That is running.
it to the jackpot first. And he's so stoked, he apparently wants to run the whole course in reverse. In hindsight, we probably should have made the jackpot a little quieter. Here's Marty, as always, not far behind.
Oh, Marty also scared.
He's also a bit flighty, as you know, which worked against him here because down below Fantastic Gus, ever the opportunist, comes through with a real stroke of brilliance. But pretty soon Marty comes back like, I'm the one who kind of earned that. And then Fantastic Gus is like, you snooze, you lose, sucker. And
Oh, no,
would
he's
say, Fantastic Gus, when you sit like that, you don't look an ounce over 700 grams. Eventually, they learned that sound was a good thing, and they'd quickly return for their reward before Fantastic Gus got any ideas. So
Before Fantastic Gus.
here's a single camera shot of a full run, and by the end, all of them could do the full course in less than 40 seconds. And while we're watching, you might be wondering what happened to the squirrelaput. Unfortunately, they didn't really fall for my illusion much, but I'm about to show you the 2 times they did. And as a promise to my
that's so
wife, I
funny.
turned the pressure to only 40% full power, so the acceleration the squirrel would feel is about half a G, which is 10 times less than a typical roller coaster. Additionally, I never turned on either the home wrecker trapdoor or the launch platform when I wasn't actively watching from inside my house, where I had a manual override button. Because as safe as it was, something about launching Fantastic Gus just didn't feel right. Now what you're about to see is going to look pretty chaotic, but when we check the slow-mo, amazingly, I'll show you how the squirrel is totally in control pretty much the whole time. Alright, now here's a second angle. Also, even if you don't trust my calculations, I can assure you that the squirrels did not care. In both launch cases, they were back up on the course in like 5 minutes. Here's the slow-mo and see if you can spot the 2 critical things he does to make sure he lands feet down.
His
you
little
catch it?
twirlies, his ass twirls.
The first critical moment is right here. He's already done the predictive math, and he's locked his head on the spot where he plans to land. And now his head will not lose that lock the whole way down.
Damn, look
What's
at that
crazy
squirrel.
is the time it takes him to do all the predictive math to know exactly where he will land and to lock his head is 300 milliseconds. That's exactly this long, literally less than the blink of an eye.
Jesus.
That blows my mind, but if you think about it, it makes sense these reactions would have evolved to be razor sharp if you live your life in the trees, constantly making split-second decisions.
Yeah,
and besides
true.
picking the landing spot with his head, the second trick is with his arms. When he wants to keep his upper body from rotating, he has his arms out. But the moment he wants to rotate his upper body quickly, he tucks them in. And then when he wants to stop
Man's a little airplane. Man's is a little airplane. Go brosip.
rotating, he extends them out again. This is straight up conservation of angular momentum. It's the same trick ice skaters use. Basically, bring your limbs in if you want to rotate fast.
Ice skaters. Yeah, this man. Ice skaters.
Extend them out if you want to slow the rotation. My buddy Destin from Smarter Everyday also made a video analyzing how cats always land on their feet, and they do the exact same two tricks. The head target lock.
This kid staring us dead in the eyes while he drops a cat is full. That fucking sent me. This kid just like, I'm dropping this cat. You can't stop me from dropping this cat. Good lord. Good lord. Hold on. Child. You can't stop me from dropping this cat. Drop the cat. I don't know. Oop.
And bringing limbs in to rotate and out to stop rotation. Here's the second launch. And this may look like pure luck in real time, but the slow-mo tells a different story. In that amount of time, he's already made a slight lateral push in that direction and locked his landing target with his head. We know from the previous clip he can rotate his body
He's
to
so
any
upside
orientation,
down.
but he doesn't in this case because he sees his small push has already aligned him for the perfect landing. That's just so cool. And so after those two physics demonstrations, I disabled both the launcher and the home wrecker trapdoor and just let them enjoy the course in peace. As far as I was concerned, they had earned it. Plus, after spending a month together, we were sort of bros by this point. If they saw me coming out to work, they would certainly jump away, but then they'd just quickly be right back. And sadly, all good things must come to an end, and because I didn't want them to develop an unhealthy dependence on my handouts, after about a week of free reign, I took down the course, but in its place, I put up a specialized squirrel-sized picture.
Wait! I made a squirrel-sized picnic table in high school in wood shop. So I've wanted to put it outside for a while now, but I never have. Maybe that's what I'll do. I'll put that out when I have a bird feeder. Mayhaps.
Picnic table. Every morning, this door opens to release just a few walnuts as a little treat to remind them of our good times together. Although I had to laugh that after all this, somehow I didn't anticipate
Oh, you got.
on day one, Frank would immediately try and figure out and partially succeed in finding a way to beat the system. Like everything else though, they quickly caught on, and now on some mornings I'll catch
I like this one. Looks like he's literally like, he looks like he's a human and he's getting ready for work and he's just like, oh, time to start the toil again. He looks like he's seen some shit, to be honest.
them just waiting for the daily ration, chilling patiently on the bench seat. That is everyone but Fantastic Gus.
Oh, Fantastic Gus is amazing. Fantastic Gus is so good. I think that is Rick. Rick has seen some shit. I feel like that's so appropriate. So appropriate. Rick just like, oh, Morty, you don't understand. You don't understand, Morty.
Don't ever change, buddy. When I started this 2-month-long adventure trying to bird watch, I had no idea I would enjoy squirrel watching so much more. It's also made me realize that even amongst the structures and pavement and power lines, how interesting nature can be.
Ooh, he got possums. Ooh. Ooh, I might have, dude, it'd be cool to have a backyard cam and I can show you guys all the little weirdos who are in our backyard. That'd be fun. Ooh.
In a single suburban backyard if you just really stop to look.
What is
Even
this
the
little
plants
guy?
are amazing. I had no idea that as vines grow, they spin around looking for something to grab onto. I didn't anticipate the wide variety of animals that use fences as inter-yard highways to get around as a substitute for all the trees that existed before we got here. Even little interactions like this spider extending his life with this very timely leap into the unknown were just so delightful to see. But of all the animals, I can definitively say now that squirrels are my absolute favorite.
That's funny.
And they're certainly a more formidable adversary than porch pirates. They're kind of adorable, incredibly crafty, curious by nature, athletic, and...
Why was that squirrel just patting down that dog, bro? He's like, give me your shit. I feel like that squirrel was just like legitimately... It can't possibly be. Dude, I wonder if we have possums. I don't know if we have possums. We have a Fisher cat, which I would like to see him exist. I don't want a doorknob. I don't want a doorbell for this. I just want to see all the critters.
persistent. Turns out squirrels can live to be 20 years old, and so I like
20?
to think that someday Fantastic Gus will bring his grand squirrels to the fence and regale them with tales of cowboys and courage and legendary walnut piles.
That's crazy. That's so cute. I love this so much.